Hi, in this video we're going to take a look at integers. Now, integers are whole numbers. It's just a name given to whole numbers, which can be either positive or negative. So it's useful to think of a number line when we're talking about integers, where we have our negative numbers and our positive numbers. And in between, we have 0. So what we're going to take a look at in this video is how to add and subtract them. And then we're going to take a look at how to multiply and divide them. Okay? So let's start off with something like -2 plus 5. What this means is that we're going to start at -2 on our number line, so right here, and we're going to add, which means we're going to go that way on our number line, move this many spaces, so 5 places. So I'm going to start at -2, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be -2 plus 5, which gives me an answer of 3. I started at 2, I went right direction, and I moved 5 spots. So let's take a look at another one. So let's go for 3 take away 6. So 3 take away 6 means that we're going to start at the number 3. So look at my number line. I'm going to start here at number 3. This is my start. So we always start at the first number. Then I'm going to take away. And take away means that I go left. And I'm going to go left this many spots. So I'm going to move 6 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to end up at -3. So this is adding and subtracting. It does get a little bit trickier. So we'll take a look at another tricky kind of question by looking at, let's say, 1 take away -2. So 1 is my starting position. So if I go up to my number line, this is where I'm going to start. Take away means that I'm going left. But then when I go to my -2, I've got another negative symbol. That means reverse the order. So now instead of going left, I'm going to go right. And I'm going to go right 2 spots. So instead of a takeaway -2, what really is happening is I'm doing 1 plus 2. Okay, those 2 minuses become a plus. So start at 1, and instead of going left, I'm going to go 1, 2 spots to the right, and I'm going to end up at 3. So when you have 2 minuses next to each other, what you can do is replace them with a plus. So if I show you another example, but this time I'm not going to do all the arrows. All right, if I started at -3 and I took away -4, this means that I'm going to go up to my number line and I'm going to start at -3. But instead of going left and taking away 4, I'm going to start at -3. I'm going to add 4 because they mean the same thing. So I'm going to go right 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to end up at 1 whole. So first number is always the starting number, where you start on your number line. Then it gives you a direction to move. And then you've got to check whether or not that direction changes. Is it going to change? And then the last number tells you how many spaces it's going to change. So let's look at something similar. Let's look at 4 plus -3 and see what this means. So if I go to my number line, 4 is where I'm going to start. So here's my 4. It's where I'm going to start. That's my start. Now, the plus means that I'm going to go in the right direction. But then I come into another symbol, and my symbol says, change directions, go back the other way. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to move that way 3 spaces. So start at 4, and I'm going to move left 1, 2, 3 spaces, and I'm going to end up at 1. So when you see a plus and a minus next to each other, you can replace that with a takeaway because it has the same meaning. In fact, when you have two symbols that are different to each other, whether it's a takeaway and then a plus, or a plus and a takeaway, it always can be replaced with a minus. This is a quick way to think about it. So let's rub out our directions and let's try a question without a number line. So let's move the number line away. And let's do, with green, we're going to do -5 take away 3. We're going to do -5 take away -3. And then we're going to do 6 take away -2 take away 12. All right, let's do these three. So to start off with, I'm going to do A. And if I started at -5 and I went left 3 spots, I would end up at -8. If you need to, you can think of a number line. You can draw one for yourself at -5. And then take away 3 means I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 spots backwards. So I started at -5, -6, -7, -8. Now let's do the second one. -5 take away -3. I can replace these two minuses that are next to each other with a plus. So if I start at -5 and I plus on 3, I'm going to end up at -2. Let's take a look at another number line. We're going to start at -5. Because I'm going to go in the right direction, I'm going to go in the right direction 3 spots. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is -5. And in the right direction, I have -4, -3, and then -2. And that's where I end up. All right. Finishing off with the last one. I'm going to start at 6. I'm going to plus on 2. That gives me 8. And then I'm going to take away 12, and 8 take away 12 is -4. Let's take a look at a number line. I want to start at 6. I'm going to add 2, so 1, 2. So I end up at 7, 8. I ended up at 8. And then I'm going to take away 12. Now, instead of drawing all of these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of this as, here's my 0, and I'm going to take away 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to 0, and that's me taking away 8. Now, if I'm trying to take away 12 and I've already taken away 8, I've only got 4 more to go. So I'm going to be left with -4. This is adding and subtracting integers, and this is a really good way of thinking about it. I'm actually going to create another video now for multiplying and dividing. So good luck with adding and subtracting. If you have any questions, as always, ask me.